Good morning and welcome to White Wolf Yoga and to our Yoga for Pregnancy series. This Rise and Shine morning flow is suitable for the second and third trimesters, and it's designed to gently wake the body and mind up for a perfect start to the day. When you're ready, we'll begin. Okay, so we're going to begin in a nice comfortable seated position. You might feel better with a bolster or a rolled up blanket underneath your bum, and if it's not, nice on the knees to keep them in a cross-legged position for a long time. You can feel free at any point just to give them a stretch out. So can we find ourselves in a nice tall position where we're drawing the crown of the head up towards the sky, gently open and broaden through the collarbones and lifting the heart upwards. Just allowing the hands to rest down onto the knees, maybe closing the eyes, and just taking a moment here to draw our mind into the practice and into the day. So just beginning by finding the flow of breath, observing where you're breathing from, the nose or the mouth, and how the breath moves through the body. Which part of the body rises as you take an inhale and relaxes as you take an exhale. Just letting that awareness of the breath really draw you into the practice. Let's start to move the body. We'll take an inhale, lift through the crown, and as we exhale, we'll gently drop the right ear down towards the right shoulder. Keeping the jaw nice and soft. Feeling that release along the left side of the neck. Maybe if you want a little bit more depth of feeling a stretch here, you can just move that left shoulder down towards the mat. So we can often get quite tight and tense through the neck, upper back and shoulders through pregnancy. Just want to spend the first little bit of our practice, first part of our day, and just ironing out some of that tension. Let's inhale, bring the head back through center. Keep the spine nice and tall, and then as you exhale, bring the left ear to shoulder. Again, making sure that we're not holding on to any unconscious tension in the face. Relax at the jaw, soften at the eyes, release the forehead. Maybe if you want a little bit more along that right side of the neck, just bring the right shoulder away from the ear towards the mat. Take an inhale with me as we bring the head back through the middle. And then as we exhale here, we'll just bring the chin down towards the chest. Release both shoulders away from the ears. Let's take an inhale. Pick the head all the way back up on top of the shoulders. If the eyes are closed, we'll take a moment to blink them back open. We're just going to open and release through the back of the body a little bit more, upper back and shoulders. So we want to take our right arm to cross the body, bring the left arm up and over, just gazing over that right side. Now can we move our arms into eagle position? Now that for you might be backs of hands together. If that's even a little bit too tight, you can just go to hands on shoulders. So we've got hands on shoulders, backs of hands. If you can reach, bring the palms together. Just feel that opening across the shoulder blades. Keep the spine nice and tall, just to watch that we're not slouching here. We take some circles, so we can inhale, and as we exhale, come down. Inhale, exhale down, just going the other way. Inhale. Exhale, one more, inhale, and exhale, release. Draw the hands back down onto the knees, just switching the cross of the legs, so going the other way, just for balance through the hips. Let's take the left arm to cross the body and bring the right arm up and over, gazing over the left shoulder. Then we want to move this into eagle position, so option 1, hands to shoulders. Option 2, backs of hands together, or if they'll reach, option 3, palms meet. Okay, let's take some big circles. So we'll inhale up, we'll exhale down. One more and we change sides. Again, just for balance, let's go the other way. Nice deep breaths as we move those arms all the way around. Next exhale, release the hands down onto the knee. Taking an open twist here, left hand stays on the left knee, right hand will bring round behind the body. Being cautious through pregnancy, never to over twist, not to go too deeply. Take an inhale as you gently lift through the heart, and an exhale, a nice easy twist over that right shoulder. Directing, if we can, the breath down towards baby. Inhale, we feel the belly rise, and exhale, feel the belly relax. Moving the other way, right hand comes onto the right knee, left hand round behind the body. Using the back fingertips for support. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, really gentle twist. Couple of breaths. Next, exhale, release. Come all the way back through center. And we're going to move ourselves from seated up and onto all fours. So we're finding our shoulders aligned over the wrists, spreading the fingers nice and wide, knees directly underneath the hips. So sometimes through pregnancy, we can feel tension and tightness and discomfort in the wrist, carpal tunnel syndrome. If you're suffering from that or just feeling it and you want a little bit of support, you can roll the edge of your mat up, create a little bit of cushioning. Keep the heels of the hands on the rolled up bit of the mat and bring the fingertips to the floor, and that should give you a little bit of support if you need it. So from our tabletop position, we're just going to gently rock the shoulders forward and backwards. Just a few times to warm up those wrists, making sure that the fingers are active and plugging deeply into the floor. And then we'll align the shoulders back over the wrists and gently move from side to side a couple of times. Finding a neutral position, drop the head and shake the head off left to right, and then up and down a few times. And then bringing the head to a neutral position, so gaze is forward, spine is nice and long. Let's just circle out the hips. So just move the hips in any way that feels good, that feels nice on the lower back. So we'll go a couple of times in one direction and a couple of times in the other. Meeting once more back in that neutral tabletop. So we're going to go for a couple of rounds of cow and cat. So during pregnancy, we want to be careful that we don't overextend through the front of the body. So we don't want to push into a big, deep cow stretch. Push through the fingers, push through the toes, and just gently lift the heart forward. So that should be enough for us. We don't want to really go any more deeply than this. And then as we exhale, we're going to round off, and we can go fully into our cat stretch just to open up the back. So we'll pull, we'll hug baby in towards the body, round the back off. Feel the shoulder blades open and the heart extend towards the sky. Let's go again. We'll inhale, really gentle cow stretch. More of a neutral spine, maybe here. And then exhale, push and take yourself back into cat. Relax the head. Let's go once more. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, into cat. Now we're going to ease back into child's pose, so maybe set the knees a little wide to create space for the belly and push the hips towards the heels. If you feel more comfortable, you can always place a block or a pillow underneath the forehead if the head doesn't come all the way to the mat, and you can also take that to the between the hips and the heels to ease pressure in the knees. So just a few nice slow deep breaths here. Feeling as you inhale, energy flow into the body, and tiredness and tension leaving the body with the exhale. Gently gazing forward, we'll draw ourselves back and into tabletop. Strong arms, knees behind the wrists. We're going to take our right leg back here, keeping the toes on the floor and pushing the right heel back just to get a nice stretch into the calf of the right leg there and up towards the hamstring. So we can feel quite tight, quite tense, especially first thing in the morning, along the back of the body. The ground belly can put pressure onto our lower back. So here we're just going to spend a little bit of time on the legs, easing out the calf and the hamstring. Okay, let's shift this left leg out to the side for a bit of support. Turn the right toes to the side, ground through the right leg, and inhale the right arm up into the air for a modified side plank. That wrist needs a stretch off, give it a twirl a couple of times, moving in one direction and then the other. So strong left arm, abdominal muscles engaged, hugging the belly, baby, in towards the body. Let's open the shoulders, so we'll inhale here, and as we exhale, just reach the right arm forward, let it sweep the ground, and inhale back up. Exhale forward, sweep the ground, take it back up. Once more, exhale down, inhale up, and then releasing the right hand underneath the right shoulder, the right knee back underneath the right hip, back into our tabletop. Okay, let's take the left leg away. Toes stay on the mat, push the heel back, strong through the arms and through the core. Feeling that release along the left calf. And then we'll turn our left toes to the side, ground through the left foot, shift the right leg out to the side for stability, and inhale the left arm up and into the sky. Twirling out the wrist if it needs a stretch. A couple of times, both ways. And then we'll open that shoulder. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, reach forward, sweep the ground, and back up. Inhale. Exhale, last one. Inhale, all the way up. And exhale, back down into our tabletop position. Okay, from our tabletop, can we tuck the toes? Push through the palms, lift the hips up and into the air, and then gently pad the feet forward into a fold. So depending on where you are in your pregnancy and how big you are through the belly, you might want to widen the feet to create space. Keep the knees nice and soft as you ease in to this forward fold. And you can either leave the hands dangling towards the ground, or you can bring them onto opposite elbows and give a little swing and sway, softly and gently from side to side. Take a big breath with me here as we inhale fully and deeply into the body, and big exhale, let it go. Release the hands away from the elbows, slide them up and onto the shins. Take your time here as we inhale ahead to around about hip height. Engage the core, and then when you're ready, push down through the soles of the feet and inhale the arms up and into the sky, hands come into prayer. And we're going to exhale the hands down past our hearts. Find a mountain pose. So we're going to take our feet a little bit wider now than mountain pose, coming towards triangle position. So we'll keep our left toes pointed forward and turn the right toes to the side. Can we inhale as we reach the arms up to shoulder height? And then as we exhale, we'll extend the right arm away from the body and drop the right hand down on the inside of the right leg, lifting the left arm either up and into the air, or if that feels a little bit too much, take the left hand down onto the hip or onto baby. Keep and maintain that openness of the body as the left hip and shoulder draw back and the right shoulder and hip draw forward. Keep those feet plugged into the mat, holding you nice and firmly to ground. When you're ready, let's inhale, come back, and exhale. We're going to go into a reverse position as we reach the right arm up and into the sky, left hand to hip or baby. Let's go once more with that little flow. We'll inhale, reach forward through triangle. Exhale, you decide where you want to take that left hand. Once more, push through the feet as we inhale. And exhale, flip our triangle the other way. So really nice, this position for opening the side of the body, for creating space. Let's get ready to move the other way. We'll inhale, arms up. Change position of the feet, so give the arms a rest by taking the hands to the hips. Right toes turn forward, left toes turn out to the side. Strong through the feet and through the legs. Arms up to shoulder height, gazes over left fingertips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach the left arm away from the body and take the left hand down and the right arm either straight up in the air or onto the hip or baby. Rotate right hip and shoulder back, left hip and shoulder pull through. 2, 3, let's flip it. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, left hand up into the sky. Right hand just relaxing onto the baby or your hip. Let's go once more with a bit more flow. Inhale, exhale, reach forward, down and open. Legs stay strong. Inhale, flipping it the other way. Nice big breath into that left lung. So we open the left side body. Nice, and next exhale, we'll release. We'll come all the way back to center, hands onto the hips. Can we heel and toe our feet just a little bit further away from each other? We're going to come towards a wide leg forward fold. So there's a few options with this, a few modifications that we can make. We can either come into our wide leg forward fold as we usually would, extending the head away from the hips, maybe taking the hands down towards the floor or a block, or you can keep the hands onto the hips. A nice modification that we can take in pregnancy is to use a wall. So we just set our hips and our legs a little way from the wall and use the hands against that support just to make the pose a little easier. So just decide in here what feels best for you. Keeping the legs nice and strong, kneecaps drawn up towards the hips. One last breath. And then we'll all bring our hands back to the hips if they're not there already, just for extra support. Push down through the soles and gently come all the way back up to center. Heel and toe the feet back towards each other into mountain pose. Releasing the arms by the sides, giving a little shake off through the arms, through the legs. We're just going to finish with some nice big breaths together. So grounding through the feet, let's take an inhale and draw the arms up into the sky, hands into prayer. And as we exhale, we'll take the hands down past the heart. 2 more breaths like this. Let's inhale, draw that energy in. Exhale, tiredness out. One last breath. We'll inhale, reach. And exhale, hands all the way down to the heart. Namaste.